Hello, good morning. It is Monday, it's the 18th of November. It is the start of a new week. It's the start of a new stitchy vlog. I did no stitching over the weekend. We were out all weekend and I had no time to do anything. So it's like super early in the morning. So yeah, we're starting off a new week with the wheel. We have just the same things that are on the wheel as last week. Because over 2 weeks, I've only spun up 6 out of the 12 things that are on the wheel. So we still have 6 things on here that we've not even touched. But before I spin the wheel, I want to talk a little bit about the HAED stitch along as well. I was watching Crafting Gamer Jamie and she was talking about the HAED stitch along. Now, I need to see if I can find the picture for it now. Yeah. There we go. Now the HAED stitch along, these are the different patterns that you can pick from. So you pay your money, you join the Facebook group, and the patterns get released in January. They get released in sections over the course of the year. Like all the rules and everything are on the Facebook group. You can do whatever you want. You can do full cross, half cross, you can do diamond painting, you can do whatever, as long as you stitch up the pattern as the pattern is, then you can participate. I think it's 6 pages that you have to have completed by the end of the year. So this is going to be interesting. But I want to do more full coverage and I like heaven and earth designs. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to see how far I get. There are extra patterns as well. Let's have a look and see if I can find these. The participation ones. So we've already earned this one because we've had more than 1,000 people signed up. And this is one of the reasons why I joined up, because I love this. I think it is so cute. This is for 2,000 people. So if we have 2,000 people join the stitch along, then this is how many people. This is a free chart that we'll get. If we have 3,000 people, I love this one as well. I think this is absolutely adorable. And let's see what, there it is. If we have 4,000 people, then we have this one. And these are on top of when you pick your chart out of these ones. So I'm covering one up here. So you pick your chart out of these ones. And if you can do your 6 pages by the end of the year, then you get all the other charts for free, which is a lot. That's like, there's 12 charts. And I'm struggling to decide which one to pick at the moment. You have until the 13th of December, I think it is, to buy the thing, get onto the Facebook page and have you fill in like a little questionnaire about which one you'd like to pick. And once you've made your choice, that's it. You don't get to change your mind. So I'm giving it a little bit of a thought rather than just jumping in and picking the first one. So I'll let you know what I picked. Alright, in the meantime, we are going to spin the wheel. Let's see, what are we going to get today? Is it going to be a new thing? Senior! So, I have her on a paper pattern somewhere. She is, let me see if I could find her. She is, there we go. And this is Xenia. So I have her on a paper pattern, so this is her. She is Nora Corbett, one of my little mini fancy ladies, and I do believe, let's see, get it back up here. I do believe I've only just done a little bit of this black down here I've started down here a little bit and I've done one of these, but I think I've only done it up to here. So yeah, it doesn't have an awful lot of colours. There's just like maybe 3 or 4 shades of the reddish pinkish, and then there's a lot of black. There's a lot of 310. So, ooh, I think I'm doing it on a 14 count though, so quite easy stitching. It's like a tan coloured DMC that I'm doing it on. So yeah, let's, and this is one of the ones that I haven't spun up, so we're now down to 5 on the wheel that I've not touched yet. So maybe this will be a week of doing the things that we've not touched yet, possibly. It could be another week of let's just do the same thing for 2 or 3 days. We'll see. Right, I'm going to go. I'll be back tomorrow morning, let you know how I've got on with Xenia. And yeah, if you've watched my Flosstubes before, you will have seen her because she was one of my weekly rotation ones that I haven't touched for a really long time now. But now that I'm only having to stitch on her for a day, I will do some work on her. I'll be back tomorrow, let you see how much I've got done, and do some more spinning. Okay, and go sign up for the HAED SaL so we can get all the cool patterns. Right, bye. Hello, how are you? It is Tuesday, it is the 19th of November. I'm recording a little bit later than I have been, because normally I record when I get up. Didn't have time this morning. We woke up to some very excited children because we had snow last night. Went outside this morning, oh, it's so sweet, so wholesome. Went outside this morning and my neighbours, I have students that live on either side of me because Loughborough's a student town. So we have students either side and they're lovely, they're really nice, you never hear them. But obviously you can hear when they're coming in and out the house and you hear people walking past in the street and whatever. But they're quiet, it's just general noise. And when I was lying in bed last night, I thought I heard somebody outside, but I thought they were just coming home from like being whatever it was that they were. And I got up this morning and there's a snowman outside in the street. He's a bit, I'm trying to show you, my hands are off the screen, but there's a snowman outside in the street in front of the neighbour's door. So they were out at midnight building a snowman, which just made me so happy. So we went out this morning and got absolutely soaked because the snow has started to melt and turn to slush already, which is sad. But winter in this country is just weird. It doesn't quite get cold enough to have a lot of snow, so we just end up with a lot of slush because it's, I don't know. Anyway, that's why I'm in. I am actually dressed under this, but it's also quite cold, so I'll put my fluff back on. Right, stitching. Couple of things. Oh, I want to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Right, a couple of things. Firstly, I will show you my Xenia that I was stitching on yesterday. This is what we spun up for yesterday. As you can see, there's a lot of 310 in this. Right, so I worked mostly down on the dress, down on this whole section here. Got quite a lot done, so I'm quite happy with that. She's coming along quite nicely. So a Nora Corbett. I think it's Xenia. I know I say this every time. It's Xenia or Xenia or I don't know. But yeah, she's come along quite nicely, so I'm quite happy with that. I had decided, I was kind of toying with the idea anyway. So I have like 2 things in one here. So I was toying with the idea of moving my Alice onto the wheel now that I've restarted, because before I had a daily stitch goal on her because I wanted to get it finished by the end of the year. But because I've now restarted, that's obviously not a thing. So instead of having a daily stitch goal on her, I I've decided to put her on the wheel. This was further reinforced by my friend Jenny from Stitch Craft Gifts. She had left the thing saying, like, why don't you put Alice on the wheel? And I'm like, well, yeah, I was thinking about doing that, and now that she said it as well, it kind of confirms that it's a good idea, because that way, like she said, I don't have the pressure of having to stitch on 2 things every day, and I can if I want to, but there's no, like, I'm struggling to stitch on both things because, you know, it's a month before Christmas. I'm busy. Month before Christmas and I'm moving house, so I'm struggling some days to find the time to stitch on both. So Alice is now on the wheel. The other reason that I wanted to put Alice on the wheel instead of having it as a daily stitch is because I'm doing the HAED Stitch Along, which starts on the 1st of January. And this is what I've decided to do. I have picked this one. It's called, oh God, what's it called? It's called, Elegant, what's it called? Let me have a look on here. Elegant Company on a Terrace. My brain, honestly. Now, I did really struggle. There's quite a bit of sky up here. I did really struggle to pick which one I wanted to do. I eventually landed on this one because of the sort of classical theme of it. And yeah, the only thing that I'm slightly worried about with this is you get like the first 4 pages. So even if there's going to be like a partial on the end of here. So this is going to be like my first 4 pages is this section up here, because it starts in the top left and then you do like 1, 2, 3, 4, that'd be 5, 6, 7, 8 sort of thing. I'm going to be stitching a lot of sky. You need to do 6 pages to qualify to get all of the patterns, and I think most of my 6 pages are going to be sky. Now there is variation within the sky. Ooh. Like there's clouds and things in the sky. However, on the one hand, I'm like, it might be a lot of block stitching, so that's good. That means it'll go fast. On the other hand, it's a lot of sky. But then you get down here and like this building is beautiful. Alfie walked in and went, "Are you stitching Leonardo da Vinci?" I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know for definite, but it could be. Looks a bit like him. So yeah, because that is going to have a stitch goal that I need to meet by the end of the year, I'm going to have that as my daily stitching. And because I actually have a stitch goal for it, in order for me to qualify, then yeah, I'm going to be doing that as a daily stitch. So Alice is now on the wheel, and hopefully I'll be able to actually keep up with it a bit. After New Year, everything should be a lot more settled. The house will be, I mean, as you can see, I've been sorting some stuff out. I'm sorting some stuff out to take for donation. And yeah, sorry, phone. I forgot to put my phone on silent. Right, so let's spin and see what we're doing today. Let's have a look. We are doing Bacchus. That's awesome. I love this pattern. Let's see. If you have not seen it, this was a new start last week. And it is an Etsy pattern. Let me see. Where are you? There you are. PDF. There we go. It's a mosaic type pattern. And when I started this last week, I did go on my little spiel about it. so far I am, where am I? How far through am I? I'm currently 2.58%. I did 242 stitches on it last time. So the bit that I had worked on was just part of the border. It's like the squiggly border that goes all the way around. So I'll probably just continue on with that and just do it block by block as I go across. The thread, my brain's saying yarn. The thread I'm using for it is, is it 512? I don't know, it's one of the variegated ones anyway, but it's like a red and like a darker red variegated thread. And I'm doing it on a pink fabric by Fabric Flare. So yeah, I'm happy that that came up because it's nice, rhythmical, easy stitching. So hopefully I'll be able to get a chunk of that done today. That's lovely. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's everything for today. So I'll be back tomorrow and let you see how much I've done. Bye. Hello, how are you? It is Wednesday. It is the 20th. My light is really, really weird. I'm sorry. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's been snowing outside. It's like -4. It's so cold out there. But yeah, everything's just been a little odd for the last day. We've had so much. It was fine. It wasn't even that cold. And then suddenly it started snowing in the middle of the night. So yeah, if you're outside of the UK, you probably find this country hilarious when it comes to snow. I know I game with a lot of people from Scandinavia and Germany, and they find our dealings of winter hilarious. But also, we had a power cut last night, which was interesting. So the power went off at around 6ish, and we didn't get the power back till about 2 in the morning. But I had to stay up because I had to make sure that the power came back on and everything was fine before I could go to bed. So I'm very tired and I'm going to try not to waffle. We'll see how successful that is. Right. Okay. Yesterday, stitching. Yesterday I spun up Bacchus, which was this. And I had planned a really nice night of chilled out stitching because I had a bit of a headache, and so I didn't really want to play on the computer because normally I'll play World of Warcraft at night time, and I just wanted to sit on the sofa and stitch and chill out. And then that didn't happen because we had the power cut, and of course by 6 o'clock at night everything's pitch black, so we had to light candles, and stitching by candlelight is not it. It's just not. So I can knit in the dark, so I ended up just doing knitting last night instead of stitching, which made me a little, I mean, it's nice to do the knitting, but I'd been looking forward to stitching. Anyway, so I told you I'm waffling when I'm tired. This is how much I got done. So this is DMC 115. I think yesterday I had said it was like 5 something, but it's 115, and it's this different shades of red. And I think I had done maybe to about here. So this, like where it gets into the lighter red section, that's everything that I did yesterday. So this is 14 count. It tells you across the top of the fabric. Look, 14 count Ada. It's Fabric Flare, sweet potato, and it's lovely. It's so nice to work on, and I'm really liking it with this colour thread. So a couple hundred stitches more than it was, but not as many stitches as I wanted to get in it yesterday is where we're at. But some stitches is better than no stitches, and every stitch I put in it is closer to it being finished. Let's see, let's have a look what we're going to have. The cursed ravens again. I think, was it this week I stitched on them, or was it last week? I don't know. We have the ravens. Let's have a look. Last week when I had been stitching on this, it's not even on here. I don't know why I'm trying to show you on here. It's not a pattern kit. I'm doing it on a paper pattern, but it's the Viking type Odin Ravens, which I generally refer to as the Cursed Ravens because I've had to rip it out so many times. It's another monochrome, and it's nice to stitch on. I like the fabric, I like the threads. It is nice to stitch on, but I just have made so many mistakes and then had to rip it out. I don't know. You think you can count, and then you start cross stitching and realise that that is absolutely not the case. Mostly I'm fine. This is the thing. I don't make mistakes very often in my cross stitch. It happens. I made a lot of mistakes on my Alice, but that's a whole different thing. That was like years ago, me just getting back into cross stitch, and yeah, my ability to count. But for the most part, I don't tend to make mistakes on patterns. And then the Ravens is just like, but it's a lovely piece, and it's going to be really nice when it's done, assuming it fits on the fabric. So I'll be starting a new page in it today because I had finished page 4, I think it was. I've done all the pages across the top, and I'm on the second row of pages. I think it's 3 across. No, it's not. It's 4 across. I've finished page 5 because there's 2 pages for each bird. So I've done the top 4, finished page 5, now on to page 6. Get there eventually. Right, so I will be back tomorrow. Yes, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully with better light, less weirdness, less waffling, and showing you some progress on my Ravens. Hello, it is Thursday. It's the 21st of November. I've just got back from taking the kids to school. It's very cold outside, but it's very bright and sunshiny. We've not had any more snow, which is a shame. I was speaking to the kids' dad, and he said that they've had more snow in Wolverhampton, but we've not had any more here. But we'll see. We might get some more. And I'm not massively keen on it being snowy when the kids have to walk to school in it though, because then they have to sit around in like wet clothes all day, which isn't particularly nice for them. But anyway, stitching. The power was out again yesterday. It went off just after 4, and it didn't come back on again till after 9, which was, oh yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. There's lots of things that we just couldn't do. Yeah, it's not great. So hopefully, whatever the problem is, because the power was off the night before last, and then it came back on again, and then it was fine during the day yesterday, and then it went off just after 4. But according to the National Grid, according to their website, they had the problem reported at 8:30 in the morning. So hopefully they've been working on it during the day, and then it was just like that few hours of having to shut down. I don't know how long it takes to fire the National Grid back up again, but hopefully whatever it is that the problem was is now fixed, and we are now going to have some actual power in the evening, because I like to sit and stitch at night time. I've got my little daylight lamp thing, and I like to stitch in the evenings, which I've not been able to do. I did, however, manage to get some done in the daytime. So yesterday I had spun the Evil Ravens. So I finished off, I had a thread that was down here. Like you can see where the page break is down here. And I'd finished off the threads just doing this bit. And then, ooh, you can see like this section here is what I've done. So the thread, you see it's like purple and blue variegation. It's DMC Colour Variations 4245, and there you go. You can see it in the skein. It's The light's really weird in here. It's super bright outside and it's just making everything inside just look odd. Also, sorry about the hair. I've been wearing a hat to go to school and my hair's not quite recovered. I've literally just like walked in the door, stuck the PC on, and that's my front door just there. I've literally just walked in the door, stuck the PC on and started recording. I'm trying to push this back in. It's not going well. Let's leave that till later. Right. Sorry, everything's just a bit of a mess today. Right, let's spin the wheel. Let's see what we're stitching today. Dracula. So this is, this was a new start last week, I do believe. This is a Lindy Stitches pattern. Let's get it up for you. It's called Dracula's Confessions. Let us view the PDF. Right, just making sure it's not going to spin. Oh, let's not drop the tablet. That would be a terrible plan. Right, so the one I'm doing is this one. It says, I love the shade and the shadow, and I would be alone with my thoughts when I may. And that's a quote from Bram Stoker's Dracula. The good one. That's all. I love vampires. I love all vampire things, but there are a lot of very, very bad vampire movies out there. But this one, Bram Stoker's Dracula, is lovely and perfect. I had started it last time. I'd just done this little bit here. It's mostly done in Weeks Dye Works. The bat is done with a dinky dye in black coral, and I think there's like 1 or 2 DMCs. And I had started on stitching with the silk, so yes. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna go and get that started. Try and stitch in a bit while we still have some light in case the power goes out again. But I also have like a million things to do, not least of which is sorting my hair out. Oh my goodness. Right, I'm gonna go and I'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow I will be editing all these together and uploading them, so you'll get to see me waffling nonsense then. Okay, well, I suppose it would be today for you, it won't be tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to go do some stitching and stuff. Bye. Hello, good morning. This is the 3rd time that I'm recording this because reasons. So it's now Monday morning. I did not get much stitching done. I spun up Dracula on Thursday. I managed to get about 300 stitches in on Dracula. And then Friday I didn't get to stitch at all because the power has been intermittent the whole time. I think the power is fixed now. I think what's happened is there was a water thing, like a burst pipe or something at the end of the street, but it's like at the crossroads, and there's big power cables up there as well. And I think while they've been trying to fix the water, they've broken the electric. But hopefully now both the water and the electric are fixed, so I will have power. Because not having power is not fun in the middle of winter where it gets dark at like 4 o'clock. Anyway, so it should be back on track now. So it's Monday morning. I'm recording the last bit for last week's Flosstube, and then after this I will record today's first part of this week's Flosstube. Yes, that's right. Okay, so Dracula. I know you'll have just seen this, but here it is. Dracula's Confessions. It's a Lindy Stitches pattern, and it's a quote from the book and the movie. And this is how far we got. So this is Dracula. I worked on like all this section down here. It doesn't look like a lot, but I've put 300 stitches in it, so it's not small. It's not a massive amount, but it's not a small amount either. And this is 32 count vintage country mocha. Country vintage mocha. Vintage, I don't know. It's this. I've moved things around to try and like stop the sun from being obnoxious, but believe it or not, this is actually better than it was. So there we go, that's my stitching for the week. I had all my threads have arrived for my HAED SaL that's starting in January. Did I show you what I was doing for that actually? Let's have a look. This is the one that I have decided to do. I think I did show you it. Yeah, so all my threads have arrived for that. I've ordered from Talking Dog Stitchery, who also has a Flosstube that you should watch. She's really nice. And I have decided to try CXC threads for it because I've never used them before. But a lot of people say that they're really good. And when you're kitting up a HAED, it's literally the difference between spending £20 odd and spending £80 odd or £90 odd. It's a significant saving. So hopefully the threads will be good. Everybody says that they're good, and she's a reputable seller of threads, so we're going to go with that, and hopefully it'll be okay. The other thing that I got this week as well, Mood box by Innocent Bones. This is the first one that I've had. It's a bi-monthly subscription box, and if you're waiting on yours arriving, then this is just the last thing I'm going to talk about. If you want to see what's inside it, then I will show you. So it comes in this little package. We got some amber and musk incense cones with this cool little so it's got feet on the bottom of it, so you can put your incense cones on the top of it. It's metal, so that's lovely. We've got, it's the Elements box, so this just tells you what's in it. This month's Mood box includes products and creations by, and then it lists all the people with the stuff who put the stuff in there. We've got these lovely cards. Can you see them? There's like 4 cards in there that are all different colours, but it's the same. I think it's the same anyway, and they come with envelopes, so they're very, very pretty. We have a little notebook. Can you see? It's a dotty one. Notes and thoughts. So we have one of those, and then we have this little bag. Ooh, with these little stones in it. Oh. See these, and they come in this little velvet drawstring pouch, and it comes with a little card as well, and this has all the fire signs on it. So Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, of which I am a Sagittarius. So on the back it tells you there's a black obsidian, a yellow aventurine, a carnelian, a hematite and red jasper, and it tells you what, I know not everybody believes in this sort of stuff, but it tells you what they are traditionally used for and good for. So that was lovely. They're very pretty little stones. And then this is what your pattern comes in. This is the pattern. Can you see that there? And in it you get your pattern. obviously the pattern's on the other side. But that's like the whole pattern is on here. You get, you get a little wooden hook. You get your Ada. Oh, sorry, this sunshine's like really bad. You get your Ada, and then there's what's it called? Canvasy. Oh, what's it called? Come on, brain, we can do this. Just like thick fabric for putting on the back of it for mounting. I think it's 16 count, maybe. Looks like 16, maybe 18. Can't remember. It'll probably tell me on this bit of paper in here. You get a John James needle. You get, these are the floss colours. And they're paint box ones, which I haven't used before. So I'm trying to show you these without the sun. There we go. I've never used paint box threads, but they feel nice. They feel soft. Oh yeah, there's those, and then there's the little an illustrated guide to Innocent Bones counted cross stitch. Your kit includes cross stitch, needle, threads, chart, embroidery hoop, and then it's got a little bit inside that teaches you how to stitch. And then on the back it's just display and enjoy. So this teaches you right from doing your fabric all the way through to how you do your stitches, right up to finishing off. So yeah, it's really lovely. And I like that it comes in a separate little envelope apart from the rest of the stuff in the box as well. Especially when there's like smellies in there. And for me, I would much rather get smellies than get chocolate or tea or something like that. So yeah, I am very, very happy with that. It's very reasonably priced as well. It was like, I think it was £20 but you're only paying that every 2 months. I think it's like £25 or something. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong, but I know that it wasn't that expensive, relatively speaking. And yeah, it's bi-monthly, so it works out. It's like, what, £12–13 a month? It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. The pattern is not huge, but you know it's going to take a little bit of time, and the extras that you get in it are lovely. So I'm quite happy with that. Right, I'm going to go finish off this one so I can start the next one and see what I'm going to spin up and stitch today. Okay, bye.